Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Leal in this incarnation. I am here today to talk about the energies of this next week from today, January 19th, until January 26th, 27th, because I am going to mention a few things about the next week. So, from these days, from today, actually, we had already the sun entering in Aquarius. Um, we are going to have an increase of this energy, both Aquarian and Uranian, because Uranus it is going to be direct the next week. So I always remind you that once a planet it is becoming direct, or it is starting to retrograde, or it is having activations from personal planets, we feel it a lot. And this is one of this week we are going to have all of that. So okay, I'm going to mention that this Aquarius season, because it is starting with this conjunction with Pluto in Aquarius, it is about assuming our personal power, transforming the energy in situations that could challenge us in terms of being feeling controlled or wanting to control others, not respecting the processes of others too. But well, the Aquarius season, it is also a moment in which we can connect with a greater freedom inside, and of course a freedom that could be expressed on the outside. But this is about understanding which perceptions are really helping us to move forward. And also it is a moment where we could understand a little bit more how experiences brought us to till this point. It is about the interconnection and insights of comprehension of our own reality, and also the global one. Because of this conjunction, this is about new forms of power that are emerging. This conjunction it is not going to happen until 2026. So because it is happening in the first degrees, this is about new forms of power. From my perspective, and perhaps many people, it is not going to match this thought, but I'm not talking about what is happening in the world, in the institutional level, because from my perspective, that is still is the old paradigm that has a purpose there. But I am talking about people like you and me that really want to make contributions with the others, that really wants to occupy their function of the soul in order to fit in the great cosmic puzzle that we all are. So and this is also a season to be more genuine, to express ourselves in a honest way, but also understanding and connecting with detachment, because it is a very detached energy, the Aquarius. But also understanding that detachment, it is not about not caring, it is not about not staying in commitment, because that is the shadow, in fact. Let's remember that the regions of Aquarius are Saturn and Uranus. So every power and every position and that we are assuming right now requires responsibility. So, well, I am laughing because of the film, clearly. Right, I'm going to go in order. On January 21st, Mercury in Capricorn creates a sextile with Chiron in Aries. Oh, and this is a week full of sextiles, full of harmonic aspects. So, even though we have the Plutonian energy, and this is not something that it is going to be part of these days only, it is going to last until the next week, because the next week we have the new moon in Aquarius, and Pluto it is going to participate. We have a lot of harmonic aspects you are going to see right now. So Mercury in Capricorn in a sextile with Chiron in Aries. This is about the mind of Mercury in Capricorn, Mercury, planet of communication, exchange of information. It is creating this harmonic aspect with Chiron. Chiron, it is the representation of our wounds, the insecurities, the fears of being who we are, of taking certain initiatives, of stepping into the world in a certain way. So Mercury, it is in this position, it is very, very focused in what has practicality and what not, what represents commitment and seriousness and what not, what it is something that we can really have, that can really have ways of being concretized and whatnot. So this sextile, it is an opportunity to make this integration so we can move forward in these objectives that allows us to open ourselves our way in the world. So wait a minute. Okay. And here we have something very, very nice. Well, that same day, January 21st, we have the Sun in conjunction with Pluto in Aquarius. So as I said, this is about understanding how we can handle our own energy, how we can use our power to make contributions. This is the most important thing because Aquarius is the network. It is how we are all going to occupy our role to make these contributions with others. And this is also about, certain transgressions with things that are actually belonging to an old paradigm of disconnection. So I'm going to expand on that later. But on January 23rd, Mars in Cancer, it is going to create, first of all, a sextile with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, that is still retrograde. This is something that already happened on October 24th, the first time. Now it's happening with Mars retrograde, and it is going to happen with both of them direct later. So it is very important, this transit, because at the same time, this is the second important transit of this week. Mercury in Capricorn, it is going to create, perfect its opposition with Mars retrograde in Cancer. So both of them are connecting with harmonic aspects with Uranus. And this is not all, because Venus in Pisces, it is going to be added to these conversations that they are all having, creating also harmonic aspects with Mars in Cancer and with Uranus in Taurus. So I'm going to traduce this. The opposition in first place, it is about communicating something with clarity, assuming finally the decision in a concrete way. And let's remember that the opposition between the Sun and Mars happened very recently. This was part of the full moon in Cancer. A lot of things were moved at that moment. So all of those things were linked with home, with what is not nurturing us anymore, the new decisions that we need to assume, how we are going to deal with topics linked with family, with the relationship with the mother, with or the archetype. Well, it is all about that. So right now with the opposition with Mercury, it's like we are processing all of those things, and we finally are getting to a concrete decision, a concrete action, the serious conversation. It is going to depend, of course, but it is about assuming that. Of course, also oppositions between Mercury and Mars could be conflicts, conflicts manifested on the outside, but let's remember that every opposition is actually talking about, what we feel as the enemy, with quotation marks, what I am feeling that is being opposed on the outside is actually showing an aspect of myself that I need to integrate. So this is the invitation with this opposition, but because it is happening with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, this is also about being able to make that change that we know that we have to do. The energy of Taurus, it is about stability in terms of material reality, in terms of sustenance of resources. And the energy of Cancer, it is about security in the emotional level, in what is really nourishing us. So here we have the opportunity to make changes by accompanying us in this emotional security to make big and radical changes in some cases. So this is about letting go of an structure that gave us stability, but it is not helping, it is not fertile anymore. This is about using that resource, that thing that we wanted to use in order to connect with sustenance, to connect with resources in a different way, that ability. It is also about oh, I have a creative solution for this situation. It implies all of these things. So it is a all of these aspects are very beautiful. And the fact that Venus in Pisces is participating, it is speaking to us about this could be something that is linked with a connection with someone else, with a society, could be linked, perhaps it is not about a connection, but it is linked with our intuition, with a desire of the soul that we really want to carry on, that we really want to materialize. So and all of this thinking also in the long term, but making big changes right now and assuming new directions. So well, it is a very nice thing what is happening this week. On January 26th, Mercury in Capricorn is creating a sextile with Neptune in Pisces, and both harmonic aspects with the karma nodes, the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. And this means Mercury, it is very active this week. So this means that we can actually give credit to what we are feeling. We have the opportunity to surrender to what life is presenting us, understanding that everything has a higher purpose in connecting with those purposes. It is also about these crossroads. Every time that we have contacts with the karma nodes, we have these crossroads, but from this space we can do the unknown things. We can go into the unknown without not much resistances, because many times the North Node represents that. Even it is a very positive and and it is an energy of growth. We could feel that in a very uncomfortable way. And also we have this possibility of transcending the limited patterns of the rational mind with the South Node in Virgo, the focus on in what is lacking and in the imperfection in an easier way. So the last thing that I wanted to comment, it is that on January 27th, Mercury is moving to Aquarius, and there it is going to make a conjunction with Pluto. And that's why I'm saying that the energy of Pluto, it is going to continue to be activated. Here we have an activation, a transformation of our structures of thought, and perhaps our ideas, the certain causes that we were aligned with. Suddenly we are seeing this from another higher perspective. We are understanding the whole panoramic view. This also could be linked with news or conversations that are coming to us, revealing situations that were in the darkness and that right now we are, understanding, or we are reaching to that information, and it is transforming a lot of things. So it is going to depend in which house you have Aquarius, but usually this is about news, things that are coming to light that weren't exposed before. I'm going to expand on that later. I am closing this video here. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.